You guys, welcome back to King Oles. Prograis beats Zorrilla by split decision. And yes, Prograis, that was not the best of performance from you, mate. It was not. I expected better. And Prograis is probably, my favourite fighter at super lightweight. Is he a little bit overhyped? I don't know. It might have just been a bad day in the office for him. Lots of people are going to have their opinions on that. I feel like, in my opinion, obviously Prograis was a bit too overeager tonight, and it was the Prograis that we saw against Josh Taylor. Too overeager, looking for the highlight reel knockout, and this time it's in front of his home crowd. I feel like that was the issue with Prograis, and that was his downfall. I feel like Prograis did not look too great in those first two rounds. Zorrilla, was good at keeping him at range and, used that jab very well, sticking it out well. I feel like, obviously, that knockdown in round 3 from Prograis changed the fight, and that is from when he started to take more control and, Zorrilla caused him a lot less issues. I feel like, overall, second half of the fight, Prograis, won that fight, in my opinion. The judges' scorecards were Judge 1 had it 118 to 109 Prograis. Judge 2 had it 114 to 113 Zorrilla, which I think is laughable. And Judge 3 had 117 to 110 Prograis. I think it was a lot closer than the judges made out to be that scored it to Prograis. God knows how you had it to Zorrilla, though. Prograis won that fight, but it was closer. I would say, 116 to 113, possibly 116 to 112, something like that to Prograis. I don't know, but I feel like it was a lot closer than the judges made out. That's why it had it from the scorecards I just said. But yeah, overall, Prograis too over-aggressive in that fight, and that was the downfall. Because when you're, I feel like, against Zorrilla, it's not too great to be too over-aggressive against him because he's got long arms, carries his range well, and, pops that jab out well. And, Prograis got caught flush a few times with Zorrilla's shots tonight. And Zorrilla carries some really good power. If it was anyone who hits harder than Zorrilla, then it would have been a bit of a hard night for Prograis. But Prograis has hard himself very well, and, Prograis ended up landing the better shots. And that's the thing with Zorrilla. Zorrilla gasses out in the later rounds, and that's what Prograis capitalized on tonight. He capitalized on from the thing that he's seen against Zorrilla, him obviously, not being as great and sharp in the later rounds. Prograis got a very good gas tank. I feel like with Prograis tonight, I feel like after watching that, he probably does struggle to Haney, because Haney's an outside fighter, likes fighting on the outside, and overall he's much like 100 more times skilled than Zorrilla. Even though I don't even like Haney, I want Prograis to destroy him. But let's be real, I do feel like Haney would probably beat Prograis after watching that one tonight, in my opinion. I honestly think Haney would probably beat Prograis, to be completely honest with you. Would Prograis beat Tio? I feel like Prograis and Tio would be an interesting one. Styles make fights, of course. I feel like overall Haney's style is going to be hard for Prograis after watching that one. But Prograis, has all the tools to cause Haney issues, though. To be completely honest with you, but I do feel like Haney beats Prograis. Prograis probably beats Catterall. He probably beats Josh Taylor if they rematch. Overall, to be fair, but yeah, with Prograis tonight, I feel like he needs to just, we need to see the Prograis again that we saw when he fought Zepeda, if he ends up fighting Haney next. That's the Prograis that we need to see. Calm, composed. Don't chase the knockout. It will come. You're heavy-handed as it is. Time your shots well. And I feel like with Prograis, we didn't see as great of timing of his shots today as we usually do. He's usually extremely good at timing his shots, and we didn't see like that as good as he usually is at that, to be fair, if you get what I mean. But yeah, overall, it might have just been an off day, as I mentioned at the start of the video. It might have just been a bit of an off day for Prograis. I think it probably was. I think, we know he's better than that. Let's be real. He's better than that. We all know for a fact Prograis is better than that. Let's be real. I feel like... Obviously, I feel like Zorrilla. He was a very good test. I feel like if it was Liam Power in there with Prograis tonight, it would have been a really interesting one to see. To be fair, it would have been really interesting if Power was in there with Prograis tonight. I think overall, Prograis won that fight. I said my scorecards earlier. But Zorrilla had good moments. It's going to be interesting to see what's next with Zorrilla. With Prograis and Haney, I saw a video of them on a FaceTime call, and then they were both trash talking each other, of course. But I mean, it'd be an interesting one. I feel like that's the fight to make. I feel like they should make that fight next. Prograis and Haney. You don't really know who else they put in there with Haney now. To be fair, a Loma rematch. That's the only one really, but. Yeah, I mean, with Prograis, you could stick him in with Catterall if you can't make that Haney fight. I don't know. It'll be an interesting one to see. But yeah, I mean, overall, Haney, I feel like he's just after watching that, he just keep on the outside well, and I feel like obviously, the good thing about with Prograis is that he can confuse his opponent very well. He's always moving. He's always moving. He's got amazing footwork, amazing head movement, and yeah, he's always confusing and making his opponent think. And I feel like it'd be an interesting matchup for Haney, but I think Haney wins. Anyway, thanks for watching. Peace out.